Welcome back to Let's Play The Evil Within with me, Jerupidus, and today we're going to continue the DLC and start playing The Consequence. This is going to be the second half of Kidman's story, and where we are at with her story right now is that she has just decided to kind of go her own way and rebel against her faceless boss, who is called the Administrator. So why don't we jump right in? And we're going to go ahead and start a new game. And just to let you know ahead of time, we will be finding every single collectible in both chapters of this. So let's go.
Do your past secrets haunt you? Do you wish to tell them, but something holds you back?
Come back, kid. You have a job to do.
No! Stop! Get away from me!
Stop running.
Is it over? I'm back?
Agent Kidman?
And there is absolutely no way the nightmare is over, but this is Chapter 3, Illusions. Let's get started.
No. Where is this place?
And interestingly, we are in Safe Haven, so let's check it out.
Are we awake?
Hey, you! What's going on? Where is this place?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that.
Are you kidding me? Ugh, waste of time.
I gotta say, it's great to see Tatiana with her complete non-answers to any questions you might have. It's been a while and I missed her.
You were moaning in your sleep. Have a bad dream?
Yep, unhelpful as always, but I kinda love her for it. Now, if we head into this room, we're gonna find our first letter scrap. And the combination for the safe is going to be on the wall right here. We got 10, 4, 5, so let's put it in. And there we go. I'm glad that they do a couple of new things with the safes to make the puzzles at least mildly interesting, but that's going to be our first letter scrap. Now let's move on.
Hey! I know you're out there.
Do you have any idea why this world is the way it is? Hate. Hate. Ruvik's hate. The man's consumed by it. He wants out! Wants to get his revenge! He wants back what he feels the world took from him.
Who's that? How does he know about Ruvik?
And sadly, that one is recycled from the main game. But there's going to be some new content coming soon. Speaking of which, why don't we grab this tape and give it a listen.
Despite our powerful benefactors, with this much collateral damage, it's only a matter of time before people start to take notice. KCPD has been dropping by a female officer. I don't remember her name. Regardless, the police are not something I should be involved with. MOBIUS says they will take care of it and make an effort to ensure KCPD leave us alone. Then there is the reporter from the Crimson Post, Ivan. Something or other. He has become a personal annoyance. He barely qualifies as a tabloid journalist, writing cover stories about tales of church sacrifices and other nonsense. But now he's being persistent about the missing patients claim. I'll be damned if he is the man who brings Beacon down. It seems that Reuben could be useful for other forms of problem solving. Perhaps I can interest this reporter in an exclusive interview.
Oh man, he's kind of making the classic mistake where you commit more murders to cover up the original murders, although in this case I guess it would be kidnappings. But I think it's important to notice that Jimenez is extremely evil as well as Reuben. Nobody in this is any good at all.
Leslie! If I'm still here, then he must be too.
But he's not right here. He is in STEM somewhere, but currently not here.
Too bad they dragged you into this. But either way, you're mine. To do with as I please.
Sebastian. He must be somewhere else right now. Damn it, he doesn't have anything to do with this.
And there you can start to hear Kidman's regret about the fact that Sebastian and Joseph are involved in this kind of coming into play. She's definitely not happy that they've gotten involved and that MOBIUS basically wants her to kill both of them. Or at the very least feels as though they can order her to kill them anytime they want. And this is the old locker room, and we have the safe room music. Feels real nice and safe, doesn't it? Oh, a kitty. Oh, that's so good. I love the way Shade is hiding among all of these other things. You just don't see it. Gives you a real nice jump there.
Society is wounded. People are suffering. Hopeless. Just as you were. Before we saved you. MOBIUS can now do the same for everyone. STEM is a machine designed to connect everyone's subconscious. And whoever is at the center has the power to influence them. There couldn't be a better tool to change the world, to lead. Society needs a curator, and MOBIUS will be just that, ushering in the next step of humanity.
And there we get a nice clear picture of what exactly MOBIUS is doing, which in short is kind of world domination. So we, as is typical of most video games, are kind of saving the world, which feels good.
We must have that boy. He will enable us to change everything.
I'll come back with him.
I needn't remind you the consequences for failure.
No. But if Ruvik leaves with him, there must be some way to stop him.
That's right. If Ruvik leaves with Leslie, that would be very, very bad. But now all of the debris has crumbled away from the door and we can get out of here, so let's keep going.
MOBIUS. Something's pulling me back there.
You should find this useful.
While it is theoretically possible for a host to overwrite themselves on a user, The odds of compatibility are astronomical.
But the boy, Leslie, you're saying he's a compatible subject.
Yes. And based on Rubin's notes, the stem should be able to run with Leslie as its source.
I need you to do tests. Determine what must be done to make him the blank slate we need.
He knew. He knew what Leslie was capable of. Damn it, why would they hide that from me?
Why indeed? Maybe it's because they're evil overlords. That would be my guess.
We had a STEM terminal here, on the lowest floor. If Leslie's in here with me, he's probably headed there. And that may be my way out of here.
So that's gonna be our direction. We gotta get down there. And it's not gonna be easy, I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I can't get through with the power out. I've got to get things running again.
And so we, of course, need to restore the power. Which is going to involve going to the generator room. And I will admit, I've played this a bunch of times, and the absolute darkness in this part of the scenario still leaves me on the edge of my seat. So let's go ahead and follow the sign and get to the generator room and try and get this power back on.
Shit! No! I can barely see anything in here.
And that's right, one of the first things they do is take away your flashlight, your reliable flashlight you've had with you this whole time.
Chemical lights. Better than nothing, I guess.
And what we're going to end up with is these glow sticks. Now we can throw them, and that will kind of illuminate the area, but only 3 can be lit at once. The other fun thing you can do with these is you can beam enemies with them, and that will lure them towards you the same way that calling them over, shouting to them will work. But for me, it's a little bit more fun. But the fact that it's just absolutely pitch dark, you just can't see anything, it's really, really nerve-wracking. I love it. Now you'll notice over here by the ladder, there are going to be a couple of crawlways. These are just safe areas. They just exist if you get in trouble to hide inside of until the enemies decide to reset themselves. And as far as I can tell, there's no way to avoid that guy. You just kind of have to let it happen. But it really just damages you a little bit, and this the same as the assignment. If you just stand still, you recover your health. So there's not really a penalty for it. And this door won't open, so we're going to have to crawl underneath. And it's just so awesome. Like, you can hear them, but you can't see them. Oh my god. Alright, so we're gonna have to go around and get towards that door. And there will be just one enemy standing between us and the door. But she really likes to patrol right around the door. So we're going to need to play this pretty patiently. And hopefully she won't spot us. Sometimes, even though you've made it all the way through, she'll spot you anyway. And it's really, really frustrating because you have to just run back to one of those little hidey holes and wait for her to reset and then just try it again. I feel like we got pretty lucky this time, though.
There must be a way to get the power back on.
But the darkness and just the creepy light and taking away your flashlight is just so fantastic. It really draws you into this one. Kind of raises the hair on your back. It's fantastic. Overall, I have some nitpicks with this DLC, but, like, I think it's just great. Really well done. We'll get to the nitpicks in a little while. But for now, let's get this generator back on.
Auxiliary power has been activated. Floor security is now rebooting.
And they give you a bunch of spooky sounds, but there's no actual threats in there. But I just think that's great because your mind is absolutely running wild when you can't see 2 feet in front of you. Oh, it's just great. I love the sound design in this game so much. I feel like all of Mikami's games, all of his horror games, have excellent sound design where it's just very naturally terrifying. Now that door is gonna fall over, and she's gonna come investigate, but she's not gonna see me. But I don't know if you can see him there, but she does end up having a friend this time. But I'm gonna take at least one of them out. Yep, there he is. But with just one of them in the room, he should be pretty easy to sneak past. I'm just getting my bearings of where the hidey hole is. He's doing a little bit of a moonwalk there. All right, is he gonna turn around here? Oh, that's so annoying. But if that's true, I should be able to get back out on this side and be okay. I don't know if he's still on this side, though. He sure is. Oh, that felt really good. And now we can get out of here. I've definitely had more trouble than that with this section, so I'm glad that went really smoothly. And now that the power's back on, we'll be able to run all the way back to where we were before and be able to use our handprint.
Systems were previously shut down incorrectly. Each terminal requires manual restoration. Please be patient.
This isn't the time to make me wait.
And of course, we're gonna have to wait for that to happen. Little kitty right there, but we're not gonna need a save point at all. We're gonna be just fine. I already miss my flashlights so much.
Although brilliant, Reuben was quite insane. A compromise of ethics and art. He seemed motivated, obsessed with revenge against something never specified. We discovered what he was doing in secret. Torturing. Penchant for traps. A serial killer masquerading around as a scientist.
And that is exactly what he is. A serial killer masquerading as a scientist. I think that's excellently put. Now, before we continue on with the section, we're going to want to run over here. There's going to be a record pickup. Let's go ahead and grab that. Another piece of the soundtrack. And the soundtrack is really good. It's a lot of just creepy ambient stuff, and I love it. And with that very heavy dumpster out of the way, we can progress.
Pathways are shut down until system is rebooted. Thank you for waiting.
And there was just a ghostly image of Dr. Jimenez. And there's going to be a tape right over here, so why don't we give that a listen?
His demeanor has turned far too aggressive and his techniques even more perverse. Da Vinci would dissect corpses to further his anatomical studies, but what Reuben has done goes beyond. Demanding his subjects be aware as he dissects them to truly see how the mind reacts. He's more of a butcher than an artist. But we must remain scientists above all. I had taught him from a young age that the end shall justify the means, but I could not have predicted things to be this extreme. MOBIUS has learned of his involvement due to my carelessness. I've asked they bring him on board to assist in development. Perhaps offering him better facilities and support will refocus him and stave off his gruesome proclivities.
This machine was designed for me. People like you. You took my life away. Turned me into an abomination. Finally, with this machine, I can go back. I can live the life I was supposed to have.
We are forgiving. We are willing to overlook your certain peculiarities for what you can provide us. But you are testing our limits. Our manpower, our resources are not here for your pathetic fantasy. You will reverse the calibration on the machine so we can use it without you.
And what if I say no? You think Jimenez can fix this? You need me, and there's no way around it.
Ruvik. No. Reuben. This was where he was doing his research with us. We were just using him. And I doubt he's the first.
And she's absolutely right. He's not the first and won't be the last. But I feel like Jimenez is kind of weirdly optimistic about Ruvik. Like, he knows him better than anybody, and he knows that having better facilities, quote unquote, is not going to make him better. It will probably make him worse. And man, do I love this room. It's just fantastic. Look at all these horrible implements on the wall. And this chain thing in the middle. Oh, man. It's just so good. And we can see here there is a incapacitated Shade sitting on the chair. And if we go over by her, we can have her clear the way for us because we don't have our flashlight right now. Something that I like to do when I'm here is pelt her with a glow stick. I just have to do it. And she's up. She might be mad that I threw that glow stick at her. Now we're gonna want to immediately head over here and hit this thing.
Restoring security clearance. This may take a few moments.
I don't have time for this.
System ready.
Okay. I was very nervous there I wasn't going to get away. Now all that should be left to do is sneak out of here. But Shade likes to really not cooperate and just let you get by her. I'm going for it.
Damn it.
We gotta climb in this vent, and we should be safe. Yep, she's gonna let us go. Now if I'm quick, I can get this down before she gets me.
Shit, it's back.
Please enjoy this music while waiting.
You've got to be kidding me.
And the music that it plays is fantastic.
Come on.
All right, I lost her for now, and the door is past me, which is good, but
Have a productive workday.
she, of course, is gonna block it, but let's run for it.
Guess I'm all right for now.
Yep, inside the elevator is usually safe, right?
What the?
And if we duck down there, she won't be able to stab us with whatever
Is it gone?
she penetrates the roof with there, but I can't unhear the fact that Shade kind of sounds like Xerxes from 300. And it makes me laugh a little bit. Now we're gonna have some cadavers in here. And just as a reminder, they are blind, they can't see us. But they can hear us if we're too noisy. You can also lure them to you by pelting them with a glow stick, which we're gonna do right now. And it's just kind of the best. While I think this part is really well designed and really cool and really scary, the fact that you're luring enemies to you by pelting them with glow sticks is just a chef's kiss touch. Let's just take a look at this. We are getting closer to our destination, which would be the bottom floor, but we're not quite there yet. And here we are in a room where the wall is covered in eyes.
What have you done to Reuben? Show me!
Keep your emotions out of this, Jimenez. He brought this upon himself. We gave him a chance.
Where is he?
If you really wish to know, he's in the next room. Come, see.
And we already know what he's going to see, but conveniently right here is another flashlight. Let's grab it. And I'm very glad my flashlight is back, but before we leave this room, there is something in here we want to find. There's going to be a snail in this sink. So let's go ahead and grab that. And that's going to be our shade model. Always nice to have the boss models. I love looking at them. I just think they're so great. And let's use our newly acquired flashlight to open the way forward. And up ahead we have dissection, and we just know that's going to be fun. And immediately to my left is going to be this safe. This one is a little bit of a puzzle where you need to line up the blood marks. And there we go. That's going to be our letter scrap number 2. And what will we find down in dissection, I wonder? Appears to be a pair of lungs. Pretty cool.
This is despicable. What is this monstrosity?
Despicable? Coming from the man using his own patients to further his own research? The irony of this situation is amusing. But even you must realize what we can do with this.
This means STEM will run. We can continue the experiments.
And your assistance is even more necessary than before.
This whole project, from the beginning, it was about deceit.
It's not really clear to me why Kidman trusted MOBIUS in any way whatsoever in the first place, but she's right. They do a very good job of selectively hiding things from everyone involved in their projects, so that the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, etc. So we're going to have a little bit of a puzzle here. We've got to figure out the combination to this, and the way we do that is the complete picture is seen from over here. If we're looking from over here, we can't really see everything. So we kind of need to be on an angle over here to get a good look at what the combination actually is. So it's going to be 4, and then 2 spaces middle, 2 spaces top, and then 1 space top. And that's going to get us out of this room with Ruvik's disembodied brain in it. And there's going to be another tape right here, so why don't we give that a listen?
I saw what they have done to him, and I am appalled. To think the young boy I mentored is now this. A mass of gray matter in a glorified test tube. Could they have been planning this all along? And what have I become in all of this? They've managed to keep his mind alive by simulating an artificial body. His consciousness is being confined to a mental straitjacket, a gear in their infernal machine. They have even stricken his name and humanity, referring to him by an anagram, Ruvik. A crude joke, as if spitting on his grave. I almost felt the urge to smash the case and end it right there. But my anger was quickly replaced by scientific curiosity. Reuben's legacy will live on. I will spearhead the next step. I will create something of my own out of this tragedy.
And if you're wondering what the joke there is, supposedly Ruvik is supposed to be like a joke on Rubik's Cube, because in Japanese you don't differentiate between the letter B and letter V, so it's supposed to be kind of like Rubik, like a Rubik's Cube, I guess? That's the explanation from the art book anyway, so let's keep going.
What you see here is one of the first STEM prototypes. It requires a physical connection from user to host. But Beacon houses a newer version with a wireless transmitter. All the user hears is a high-pitched tone, and they're connected. We've gotten word Jimenez is prepping for unauthorized usage. We would like the trial run to be on our terms, not his.
That sound in the patrol car must have been when Jimenez activated it. Joseph, Sebastian, Oscar, they were all pulled in with me. The stem and beacon. That's where it all started. There must be a way to get out of this world from there.
And so that's just coming right out and saying it, that the high-pitched noise was Jimenez activating a version of wireless stem, which pulled them all in at the beginning of the game. Now, that makes a reasonable amount of sense. As long as you are comfortable with hand-waving away the whole, like, MOBIUS is capable of planning these incredible coincidences and getting everyone into the places they're supposed to be, it's kind of a loose plan, but you know what? It's the story, so we'll just go with it.
There are some things here that are to remain in the dark. Especially for you, kid. You're asking too many questions, ignoring your mission. Running from responsibility. Just like you always do.
No, that's not true. You don't know me.
That much is obvious. But we need to make sure you do what you're told.
You're lying to me. Hiding things. I can't trust you. Not like this.
You are not required to trust us. Only to obey.
You're not required to trust us, only to obey. Man. MOBIUS is just comically, mustache-twirlingly evil. And the area in front of us has been transformed into this. And there's only one way to go, and that's down, so let's do it. And I just want to point out something real quick here. If you press B, like to jump down, watch what Kidman does. She looks down and just shakes her head like, nope, I'm not jumping that. I think that's just awesome. And the camera work here is just so good.
You were assigned to your team for a reason. Castellanos, Oda, they know nothing. But they're searching for answers.
Searching for us, you mean?
One of us. But this may be our chance to remove them. Having all of you in one place will provide us with opportunities.
And so that's trying to explain why they decided to have Kidman sort of be a detective and be on the team and have them all together for this. But there are other solutions that were possible that could have been less ridiculous coincidences. But overall, I don't think it's that big of a problem narratively.
Listen. The police department. Why am I here?
The reason we're here is because we're going to learn a lot more about when Kidman joined the Force, and she's going to learn more about Sebastian, which apparently she didn't know very much about. Now, there are a couple of things I want to do in here right away. One is grab this record. That's going to be another music track. And then two, there is a secret computer desk here. This one doesn't actually do anything, but it seems to be Kidman's desk. If you look right here, it says Junior Detective, and that appears to be a picture of Kidman. But it doesn't actually do anything. It's just there as a fun kind of little Easter egg, I guess.
How's Lily doing? Great. Everything's going fine. Just wish my wife would be home more to take care of her. She barely took maternity leave, huh? One of Crimson's finest, I suppose. She's a great cop in her own right, but we can manage without her for a little longer. You should hope she doesn't hear you say that, or you'll be out in your ass, Joseph.
This looks like it's way before I got here. Everyone's so much younger. But Sebastian's profile didn't say he was married. Let alone a child.
And some people might be thinking, how could she not know that? But I think it's supposed to tie into the fact that MOBIUS is constantly hiding things from her. So it didn't really give her the full story, and Sebastian wasn't interested in talking about it. You know, he was drinking heavily and Myra had left him, so he didn't really want to talk about his family at all. Now, before we head forward, we want to pop over here. And immediately to our left, we're going to find another safe, and the combination to the safe is going to be through the room on the right here. So it's 61824, starting 6 left. All right, 6 left. 18, and then 24. And that's going to be letter scrap number 3. And let's keep going. We're going to get a lot of pretty cool history for this section. Sort of directly filling in what was going on at the police department before the events of the main game.
Look, Seb, we need to talk. Going off with your conspiracy theories, you're getting out of control. You don't pull that in front of the captain. I'm onto something, Joseph. I don't need you hiding shit from me, too. I'm not, Sebastian. I'm trying to help. I want to help. But you need to think about this carefully. Your daughter, it was a loss everyone on the Force felt. But your wife is... Myra left, Joseph. She left. When we needed each other the most, Myra left me. What would make her do that? I have to know. I don't care what it costs.
His daughter, then his wife? One right after the other? No wonder he always seemed so closed off.
Yeah, I mean, Sebastian's sort of lot in life was pretty rough, to be honest. And we're going to have to go through this one more time to get the rest of the story leading up to Kidman joining the Force with them.
Julie Kidman? She barely has any experience. We don't even know anything about her. Send her out canvassing witnesses then. Let her see the streets.
No. She's coming with us. I'm going to train her. She's my responsibility.
Look, I know you say it's personal, and I don't like to talk about it. But we can't have your misplaced guilt leading to rookies slowing us down.
Sebastian. He and Joseph weren't supposed to be involved. It shouldn't have happened like this.
Yeah, she's really unhappy that things have gone this way. She was hoping for it to just be her job, but now she's gotten other people in her life involved, and she does not feel great about that. Now, before we head out, we're going to want to check right around behind here and find this snail. That sound effect will never get old. It's just so unbelievable. But there's our young Sebastian model. And then after we grab that snail, we're going to turn around right over here and grab this document.
You've been on assignment for a week. How has it been?
Observe and report, just like you ordered. It's surreal to be on the other side after all I've been through.
Any signs of anything?
Nothing yet. I'm not about to be caught snooping around the classified room while I'm still on probation, so I can't get what they have on us.
Just earn their trust. That's all you can do now. It'll take a while, but in the end, they will let you in.
I didn't know all these police officers were characters, though. Guess the tough, hard-boiled detective stereotype is still going strong.
Our reports on Oda are that he doesn't let things slide, so be extra careful around him.
Will do. Though I can't imagine us getting along well.
And Detective Castellanos. Anything you have to share on him?
Seems drunk half the time, but at least he's considerate. Is he really the one people are concerned about? He seems almost harmless.
He is known to get emotional. Just make sure to give him his space. Respect him. As your superior.
You know, Sebastian does seem kind of harmless in that he can only sprint for 3 seconds and things like that, so...
This is Krimson? This can't be real. The light.
A STEM prototype at Beacon.
Beacon. I just hope I can get there before he does.
And that is where we're going. Beacon Mental Hospital, so we can get there before Ruvik and get Leslie out of here. But all that's going to have to wait until next time because I'm all out of time for today. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.